So in this section, we're going to be looking at how to divide polynomials. So the first one, dividing by a monomial, meaning dividing by something with one term, is actually pretty straightforward. It's very similar to the distributive property. You just need to divide all the terms by the 5x. So think of it like this. 20x cubed over 5x minus 10x squared over 5x minus 5x over 5x. Just like the distributive property, only with division. Then we simplify each of those. The 5 goes into 20 4 times. The x cancels out with one of those three x's, dropping that down to a 2. So 4x squared minus, now the 5 goes into 10 2 times. One of those x's cancels out, so it's just minus 2x. And then notice here the 5x cancels with the 5x completely, and then so the minus 1. So for that, that would just be kind of simplifying each term. For dividing by binomials, it's helpful to recall how to do division with some numbers. So remember how you do this, 327 in the box divided by 14. So let's just run through these steps. 14 goes into 32 2 times, which is 28. 2 times 14 is 28, and then you subtract. That would be 4 left over. Bring down the 7. Now 14 goes into 47, I believe 3 times. 3 times 14 would be 42 with a remainder of 5. And so you would actually get 23 and 4/15. So that process is actually going to be very similar for dividing polynomials as well. So let's try this. The box here, like our division box, would have the 6x squared plus 13x plus 5 divided by 2x plus 1. So I start with kind of looking at, think about it like this. How many times does the 2x go into 6x squared? In other words, what do I need to multiply 2x by to get 6x squared? Well, that would be 3x, right? Because now if I multiply that through, 3x times 2x is 6x squared, and then 3x times 1 would be plus 3x. And you got to be real careful on this next step, because remember, you have to subtract. But I have to subtract both terms. So that ends up being a kind of a distributive negative through there. So watch this carefully. This would be the 6x squared minus 6x squared. So that's 0. And then the next term would be 13x minus 3x, right? So that minus 3x. So you really got to watch the signs there. So 13x minus 3x would be 10x. Bring down the plus 5. And then now here again you say, how many times does 2x go into 10x? Well, that would be 5 times, because 5 times 2x would be 10x. And then 5 times 1 would be 5. And watch out again, you have to subtract both terms. So 10x minus 10x is 0. 5 minus 5 is 0. So that actually divides evenly. So the answer to this would just be 3x plus 5, no remainder. Let's do one more for a little practice, and let's just see if anything different happens here. So draw your box. 3x squared plus 2x minus 1 divided by x minus 1. All right, so what do you have to multiply x by to get 3x squared? Well, you would have to multiply by a 3 and another x. So 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times negative 1 would be minus 3x. And remember this important step, it's minus parentheses. You got to have that parentheses, so that way you remember to distribute the negative through. So 3x squared minus 3x squared is 0. And watch this one. This would be 2x minus negative. So the minus the negative would be a plus. So that gives you 5x. Bring down the minus 1. So this time, how many times does x go into 5x? Well, that would be plus 5 times. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. We do our subtraction in parentheses. 5x minus 5x is 0. Negative 1 minus negative 5. So that's really a negative 1 plus 5 gives us 4 left over. So this time our answer is going to have a fraction part. So you have your 3x plus 5 plus, since that's a positive 4, plus 4 over the original denominator, x minus 1. Remember, that's exactly how we did the long division over here at the top. Oh, and I realized I just had made a mistake on my number. You probably saw that and thought, why did he write 15? No, that should have been 14. So hopefully you all stayed through this video to catch that mistake. The process was the same. Oh, and I see that. How about that? That's where I got the 5. I kind of transposed. That 5 should have been in the numerator here. Oh my goodness, that's where I messed up. I put the 5 in the wrong spot and then the 4 in the wrong spot. So 23 and 5/14. Anyways, the process is the same for the polynomial division. And as I just illustrated, it's important to pay attention to all those little details.